How's it going, guys and geeks? Welcome back to the Geek Critique Show.
You forgot the intro.
Oh. Play the clip!
That's not my job!
Okay. We hope you liked our new intro. We felt it was necessary now that we have finally surpassed the 1 million view mark for all of our videos. So thank you guys so much. That's incredible. I don't think I've had a million of anything ever. All right, so we have a lot to talk about. This year has a ton of superhero movies coming out, and it's gonna all coalesce with Justice League at the end of it. But next year, guys, 2018, you are not gonna believe how many superhero movies are coming out.
It's overwhelming. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend way more time at the movie theaters than I'm accustomed to.
There are literally so many films, superhero films, that are going to be in theaters this year, or this coming year, that I don't think there will ever be a point throughout the year that there won't be a superhero film playing at theaters near you.
I'm very excited for some of these, but I'm also worried because, like, statistically speaking, some of these are gonna tank, but some of these are gonna bank. So...
Let's get right into it, though.
Alright, so we're going to be talking about these in the order that they're going to be coming out in 2018. The first one coming up, I particularly am very, very excited about. It's Black Panther, baby. I'm super excited because of all the freaking tribal drums. So this is Marvel's 18th installment. It's coming out when?
February 16th.
And it's already finished production. So this is super cool because it begins right after Captain America Civil War ends. So we saw him, the last glimpse that we saw of the Black Panther, he was going back to his hometown, and it looked freaking sick!
Yeah, what's cool is the juxtaposition of the African culture with the highly advanced technology, and that's something you never see, actually. So being able to see this with a studio like Disney behind it, putting money into it, I'm super excited. A casting call went out for anyone, I think the ages was like 18 to 90, who had drumming skills.
Yeah, of African-American descent who had particular skills in drumming. I think it might be for his, like, inauguration, because his father...
Yeah, his father just passed away in the previous film. We think Andy Serkis is
who might have a metal arm.
Reappearing villain, yeah, since Ultron cut it off in Age of Ultron. He's probably gonna have an arm made out of vibranium because that's what he is after. How much do you anticipate this film? 1 out of 10?
9 times.
You anticipate it 9 times? I'm leaning towards like a 7. Alright.
The Flash. Just kidding, because that was supposed to be March 16th, but then it got pushed to 2019 after 2 directors dropping it.
Yeah,
which is kind of sad, because I really like Ezra Miller, and I'm pretty excited for it, but womp womp.
If you can't get a good movie, don't make it, so...
Yeah, that's true. Take your time, DC.
Yeah, take your time.
Alright, next up though, New Mutants.
April 13th, directed by Josh Boone. It was just officially announced by Fox to tie in with, obviously, their X-Men franchise and their Deadpool franchise. Josh Boone claims that he's a huge fan of the New Mutants from the 80s, the comic book series, and that the characters in the film will look much like their counterparts did in those comics. We don't know too much about this project yet, but all the classic characters are going to be there. It's highly rumored that Maisie Williams will be playing Wolfsbane, Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones fame. Anya Taylor-Joy is set to play Magic, the younger sister of Colossus, which immediately ties that into Deadpool. It looks like Fox is really trying to merge and make a larger X-Men universe than what they already have. Filming is set to start in May in Montreal. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. I would give this one an 8 out of 10.
7. So what's next, Dakota?
I'll tell you what's next. May 4th, the film we've all been waiting for about a decade now. Or it will be a decade in 2018, actually. Avengers: Infinity War. Everything that has culminated up until this point. I think that'll be the 19th film in Marvel's cinematic universe. Everyone's going to be in it. Everyone. Just throw them all in. But I'm going to be really, really upset at you Russo brothers if you do not put the Defenders in. Just letting you know. I would have to give this film like a 10 out of 10 as far as like anticipation goes. What about you, Jen?
Benicio del Toro. 10.
Wow. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10!
Next up, June 1st, Deadpool 2. This is the only film on the list that we actually have some sort of teaser for.
A lot of small jokes that were absolutely hilarious.
But one that stood out was Nathan Summers is coming. And now we know that Josh Brolin is going to be playing Nathan Summers, aka Cable, who as an infant was sent into the future only to become a warrior, who then came and traveled back into the past, and I guess is now going to be hanging out with Deadpool for the majority of the film. Josh Brolin also plays Thanos in the MCU, so that caused a bit of a stir recently, but I think he's going to be just fine. And I think the characters are different enough that you won't even notice.
I'm really looking forward to the dynamics of this, because for people who have read the Deadpool comics, they've had like, Deadpool and Cable have had like 50 issues together, and there's also now talk of Zazie Beetz possibly playing Domino. Ryan Reynolds recently posted a picture with like Zazie Beetz' head.
Zazie Beetz.
Not Zazie Beetz. Zazie Beetz' head on Domino's body on Deadpool's back. So that's pretty much a confirmation at this point. This whole revelation kind of leaves me with one question. We have Vanessa, who is Deadpool's girlfriend in the first Deadpool movie. From the comics, we know that she is Copycat,
whose ability is to copy other one's likenesses, even for long stretches of time.
Yeah, so for 2 years she was pretending to be Domino.
In the comics.
In the comics. So I'm wondering if because of that, that means like she's had her powers all along and just hasn't showed them to Deadpool yet. At the beginning of the movie, she has super short hair, which that could totally just be time. Like I thought that was an indicator of like how time passed. But she has like super short pixie cut, and then all of a sudden she has like crazy long hair. True. Down to her waist. So I don't know if that's kind of like a slight hint at her abilities, but the directors said that they thought it would be a little too complicated for the first Deadpool movie, if it's a possibility later that they wanted to explore. So I wonder if in this next movie, with all of these things going on, if we will actually see Vanessa as Copycat. What do you guys think about that?
How much are you anticipating this one? Because I'm sitting around an 8.
Honestly, I'm a 10 with this one.
There you go.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I think it's really cool.
Hot on the heels of Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2. And I know that's probably a little shocking for a lot of you who grew up on Pixar films as a kid or as adults. That film came out in 2004 and now it's finally getting a sequel, so this is one I'm extremely excited for because it's so deserving of a sequel. But now that all that time has passed since that movie and this movie, is it just going to pick up right after that one ended? Or is this going to be, what, a 14-year gap as the years progressed?
I did a lot of research and I came up with basically nothing. Like, we are really, like, they are really mumsing the word on this one. It's Brad Bird, so that's the same director as the original film. We have Samuel L. Jackson back as Frozone.
Awesome.
We also have Holly Hunter as Elastigirl. That was the extent of what I found out about this film.
So this one's coming out June 15th. I'm not sure exactly when Toy Story originally was supposed to be coming out, but that got pushed back, and Incredibles 2 got pushed forward to 2018. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 in terms of anticipation.
I'm going to go with 7.8.
She said 7. She's going with a 7.
0.8, so I'm gonna go with, I don't know. Alright, so after that we have on July 6th, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So far have confirmed the 3 main leads. We have Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and Michael Douglas playing Hank Pym. And we also have, you know, some people saying that Michael Pena is going to reprise his role again.
He better.
He better, honestly. He brought so much joy
to that film.
He was the heart of the film. When the original Ant-Man came out and the trailers came out, we all thought that was gonna tank. Like, I think a lot of us were like, all right, Marvel's finally, you know,
had its run.
They've messed up.
Nope.
And I actually absolutely loved that one.
Yeah, such a great movie.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was hilarious.
But can they strike fire 20 times in a row? Because this will be their 20th film.
I don't think so. I really don't think it's possible. But who knows? Maybe I'm just a pessimist. Hank Pym seems to have, like, kind of gotten the idea that his wife might be retrievable from the quantum realm. So I'm really curious to see if that's going to end up happening, if they're going to try to save
The original Wasp.
the queen bee herself. So what do you think, Dakota? Do you think this is going to shank or tank?
Shank or tank? What? On my anticipation scale, I'm only going to give this one a 5.
Why?
I think we got all the ant jokes out of the way. I don't think we can realistically make a whole other film based on this character that does what the first one did in introducing it.
You made the mistake last time. We made the mistake last time of underestimating Ant-Man. This time, I'm holding out for Ant-Man.
Alright, what do you think?
I'm gonna give it an 8. It's
An
a
8,
fair
okay.
number.
All right.
I'm pretty excited.
Alright, so this one's a little bit weird. It's not exactly a superhero film per se. October 5th, Dante Harper will be directing Venom. One of Spider-Man's classic villains, obviously. We saw him in Spider-Man 3.
Never wound what you can't kill.
Obviously that was much maligned. And I have a feeling this one will be as well, because it doesn't have anything to do with the Tom Holland Spider-Man franchise that was booted up in Civil War and now in Spider-Man Homecoming. So I don't really understand where Sony wants to go with this, and I have a feeling that Marvel just doesn't want anything to do with Sony's direction on their Sinister Six project that they want to eventually get up and running. Sony's just going ahead doing it anyway, and I have a feeling this is going to be in the Andrew Garfield universe that they started up.
People are already super confused about why we're getting so much. Like, the average viewer, obviously anybody who's like into comics and like is aware of what's going on. But I've heard so many people say, like, another Spider-Man? Like, what the heck? What's going on? Blah, 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 complaining about it. Because people don't want to feel gypped out like they're paying for the same film over and over again. My thing is, like, so you have Venom, but then who's going to defeat him? If you know what I mean? Like,
You're not going to have a Spider-Man,
like,
but they're obviously going to have someone.
They have to have someone as a Spider-Man, so if it's not going to be Tom Holland, you might just confuse people.
2 out of 10. I'm not looking forward to this one.
4. Alright, so next on November 2nd, we have Dark Phoenix. Sophie Turner will be reclaiming her role as Jean Grey, so she's going to be the host.
Who took it from her?
She's the returning champion.
She's reclaiming that throne, that belt. Dark Phoenix. I mean, you were laughing earlier about the fact that so many were like making fun of the fact that why are they rebooting X-Men's worst film?
The way that people phrase it though was hilarious. I was laughing quite a bit.
The dank memes. They're
The
funny.
dank meme.
I actually feel like the Dark Phoenix saga and the arc is one of the strongest of the X-Men series as a whole. And I feel like it's worth telling in a film that can capture that magnitude of storytelling. I'm actually hopeful about this one. I think of all that happened in X-Men The Last Stand, the part with Phoenix destroying the home and Charles Xavier and all that, that was probably the strongest part for me. It's just such a well done scene. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they incorporate this with Sophie Turner's version of Phoenix, and hopefully it'll be good.
1 out of 10, what do you think?
As of right now, 7, because I really like the Phoenix character.
6, because it's safe. Ow.
Alright, so next up on our list, December 21st, we're nearing the end of the year. We have an animated film coming from Sony, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. A lot of people have been clamoring for Miles Morales as Spider-Man to finally make an appearance on screen, and this may not be the appearance that everyone wanted, but I still think it has the potential to be a good film, especially a good animated film.
Yeah, my question is, which I don't know, I couldn't find out if this was confirmed or not, is Donald Glover going to be reprising his role? Yes, reprising, because the first Miles Morales appearance had Donald Glover voicing it.
Huh? My name is Miles Morales, and I'm Spider-Man.
Will he be voicing this one?
I think he will, just based on everyone wanting him, even Logic in his latest video.
In his Black Spider-Man song, he said, "I vote Glover," which I thought was really funny.
Are you guys excited for this one? I say 7 out of 10.
I say, yeah, probably the same actually. I say 7. Alright, so same day, December 21st, we're also getting Aquaman. So... Aquaman! It's freaking Aquaman. It's, how do you say his name? Jason Momoa?
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Kidman's gonna be playing his mom, Atlana. We have Amber Heard playing his love interest. I'm really looking forward to seeing a trailer for this because I'm still not really sure, because we know that they're, you know, kind of starting up the Justice League and whatnot. I'm not really sure if this is supposed to be an origin story or not. We know that his origins are, you know, that his mother went ashore and slept with a lighthouse guard, and then he came out, and I don't really know if we saw him underwater before, so he knows he's like an aquatic being. So I'm not really sure if he knows that he's heir to the kingdom and that he needs to go lead his people, and then is he torn between that and Justice League? Is that what this movie's about? So I'm a little confused.
I think it'll be probably half origin story, half present day.
I don't think that's how it's gonna be for some reason, but I could be wrong, or maybe I'm just hoping that's not how it's gonna be. I don't want them to jump around back and forth, back and forth. I want, if you're gonna do an origin story, do a freaking origin story. If you're trying to, you know, set him up with Justice League, do that.
I think Aquaman is actually going to be the breakout star of the Justice League film. I have a feeling he's going to really win a lot of people, a lot of naysayers over. I'm really looking forward to this one. Probably 8 out of 10 for me.
I'm gonna give this... because I want to do 8 too, and I don't want to seem like I'm just copying you. But I'm really excited, but I'm not like 9 excited. It's an 8.
Alright. 10 superhero films that already have release dates for 2018. That is an unprecedented number of films, any way you look at it. We also have potentially one more, so potentially 11 films.
Harbinger.
Based on the Valiant Comics IP. Sony bought the rights to Valiant Entertainment a few years back, and they wanted to start off their universe, their new universe, with Bloodshot, but that got pushed back, and Harbinger is now slated for 2018, though it doesn't have a specific date yet. I have a feeling that this is going to be a little bit lower budget than the average superhero film that we're going to be seeing, unfortunately, because this deserves all the money in the world. It's basically a spin on the X-Men storyline. It's a bunch of teens who are on the run for having mental powers, mental abilities, and they're called Psyots. I really love the comic. I think it's a great time. Definitely check that out if you haven't already.
How do you feel about the fact that we are getting so many comic or superhero movies in 2018?
I guess I have to wait until 2018 to truly gauge how saturated the market will feel, but as it looks now on paper and on this video, I feel it's too much. It should be like this year, 2017, where maybe one every 2 to 3 months, not nearly every month. That's a little crazy to me.
It sucks because right now, like, geekdom is alive and well, and it's kind of at its height, and I feel like we're peaking in high school by throwing in so much, you know what I mean? I'm a little worried, but at the same time, the numbers that we've given all of these, like, we are genuinely excited, because we're geeks, like, of course, we're gonna see them no matter what. I worry about the masses. I worry about how they're gonna take it and how people are gonna get sick of, and they're gonna play it out.
With any market, there's a tipping point. Now, this is a bonus for for those who are interested in this kind of thing. This does not come in 2018, but in 2019, starting it off in January, M. Night Shyamalan just announced today that a third film in his Unbreakable trilogy. I'm not going to tell you what the second film is. That is a major spoiler, so go through his line of work and see which one the second one is in the Unbreakable trilogy. But the third title is going to be called Glass, and obviously...
The kids!
They call me Mr. Glass.
Because of the kids.
They called me Mr. Glass.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching.
Keyword is the kids.
Yes, the kids. The kids is the key word for this week. If you've watched up to this point, let us know by using those words. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, maybe. Consider subscribing, maybe. And let us know your thoughts in the comments.
That's the most crucial part.
Right, that is...
the key to all of this.
The kids.
You guys are the kids at the end of the day. You
Yes.
should have known all along.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye.